I heard there's a new restaurant that opened up across the bay. It got really good reviews. Want to go check it out?
Yes, good idea. Let's go this evening.
Huh. The building is so nice, but the scenery is not really as described. Hopefully the food is good.
Yeah, dude. I hope it's good. I've only had a few golden carrots today. I'm hungry. I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. I really hope the wait isn't long.
Yeah, dude, I'm tired of these golden carrots. I could really go some calamari. Oh, absolutely nothing.
What are we even gonna do now? I'm so hungry. This is so sad. I was
Golden
looking forward
carrots
to
it
this.
is, I guess. Alright, let's make this quick because we have a huge episode planned for you guys today. First, we need to address the interior of whatever this place is supposed to be, like the fishing house thing, is looking a little grim. You got the big hole, gonna fall through and gonna die. Not a big fan of that. And over here, this wool line has been here for literally ever. And this place, this entire right side of the base has not been touched since we started this YouTube channel, which is a little bit of a crime. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's what we have to get done this episode. I don't know if we're gonna get it all the way around to here. We might. That's so much terraforming, and as you know, we don't use Axiom, so all freehand it is. But yes, before we do any of that, we have to get resources. But we're gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm tired of going out and getting the stone automatic. I'm trying to automate this process. So yes, we're actually gonna build some farms for the first time in this world. So yes, cue the farm building montage. Alright, whoa, we're switching things up. We're building this farm, but in order to build this farm, I did need to gather some materials. First, I got some concrete, then headed to the nether to get this quartz. Then, after that, I headed to the witch farm to get redstone to combine with that quartz to make some observers and redstone components because we gotta do that. Then, it was finally time to build the farm itself. If you guessed it, we were building a log stripper. I don't really know the official term. I bet it's just like log stripper, automatic log stripper. You get the point. But yes, this is going to streamline the log stripping process because we use stripped logs for literally everything, from terrain to builds, all of that. And I was doing all of that just on the floor in the base, place all the logs down, strip them all, then have to mine them all up. But here is the solution to my problem. I think we're gonna build like a farm each video, but we'll see. Meanwhile,
I was tasked with dredging the ocean. It wouldn't make a lot of sense if there were all these little cliffs and hills inside of the water that the vanilla terrain generated, because then the ships wouldn't be able to fit in the harbor. So I just have to dig out all of this terrain, and it's gonna take so long because there's so much of it. Now that I got some of that out of the way, let's build some terrain.
wow, that was 40 seconds for you guys, but that was like 40 hours for me. But that's okay because building terrain by hand in Minecraft is one of the most satisfying things I feel like this game can offer because it's so fun to watch it slowly come together and it's very satisfying. Let's take a closer look at some of the strategies I guess I've been using to create this terrain. First off, I talked about how the forest is grass, green grass over there, and I don't want it all to be grass. And usually the forest is not grass. Usually it's dirt and stone and pine needles and all of that, and that's cool. And also, hills are not only made out of moss either. So I really wanted to try something different and start using all different types of stone blocks to create a little bit more contrast, and I think it's turning out really quite well. But I guess some features in the land that we've created is this small little gully here that is being created by, when it rains, maybe all of the water in this, I guess, watershed area comes together and it flows down here and it probably creates a little creek when it rains. But since it's not raining, it's not here. And since Minecraft rain doesn't cause anything like that, It's not actually ever going to be full of water, but it's fun to use your imagination.
What's
And
up with the spruce?
the spruce? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the spruce is like supposed to be. I kind of started to mark out where I want the path to be. Now that I'm actually starting to build the terrain, I'm realizing, wow, we're just not gonna get it done this episode, but that's a-okay. I want to get this section maybe up until here completed, and then we'll do this whole creek kind of shebang next episode, which will be cool. But this will 100% be completed. But yes, we have like this little creek thing here, and then coming over here into the bay, we have the beginnings of a waterfall. Check this guy out. So maybe, telling the geological story, maybe the waterfall was dumping directly into the ocean. But I got a lot of inspiration from Joe Sachs's waterfall video. Go check that out if you haven't already. And maybe the waterfall has been slowly making its way back and eroding the land, and here it is now. But yes, look how it's lighter at the top, and it's, as it goes in, it's slowly getting darker and darker, and I quite like that gradient going on. And then I really like this little bay. I haven't done any of the floor yet, but I really like this kind of boxed in feeling, and these cliffs are only going to get taller, which is going to accentuate that even more, which I love.
I'm really looking forward to trying to build the water with the glass. I've never done anything like that before. I kind of tried to do that in the other waterfall, but this one's going to be entirely glass, and I'm really excited to do it because I love trying to create things with glass. I like doing the smoke and stuff, so I'm really excited to try to do this.
I guess one last thing before we get started on the interior is I think putting all of these different patches of color in the rock is really, really nice. I found that, close to our local beaches, I'll put a reference picture up now, there is tons of different colors and variation going on, from maybe like vegetation and plant life latching onto the rocks to just erosion and different layers of sediment and rock, and I really quite like that. But yes, I think it's time to get started on that interior.
Aiden, why is there a tripwire hook in the ground?
There's the trash I caught.
Oh, great.
You just caught us on this nice Wednesday afternoon fishing for some cod for our new fish place. I gotta catch the fish. Look, I got a raw cod. Raw Call of Duty. Okay, catch one fish and then we can go inside and we can show them.
I can't because we need so many fish.
Nah, I think we only need one.
What
Oh, wait, we gotta get one that you actually put on the campfire though. That probably, because Minecraft fishing is just like the same. It's catch it!
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, let's be.
Oh, sleeping with the fishes. Guess I'll meet you over here because honestly, dude, the interior of this place is super, super nice. What I love most is that you can see it through the windows. For once in my entire life, the interior and the windows of the build actually line up, and you can see inside, and the glow of the lantern like shines out when it's night, and it's very lovely. That very rarely happens. That like was not a thing at all in the hostel or any of the builds in the desert. But
it's probably because we based it off of the model.
yes,
right?
dude, the model is coming in clutch. All right, ladies first.
Thanks. I let myself in.
Ooh, all right, but check this place out, dude. This place is really rad. Yes, let's add the fish to the collection.
Whoa, you can slide on the campfires. Look.
Yes, dude, ice skating. Okay, so pretty much this place is kind of just off the dome. We don't have an interior, reference picture that we were going off of. We were just like, oh, what does the inside of like a bait and tackle or fish market kind of look like? This is what we came up with.
Thank you, Stream.
Yeah, appreciate you, Stream, for helping us a lot for the downstairs. I really like the roof. Bean, you definitely cooked on the roof. I quite like this.
Pretty basic roof design. It's just like the slabs and the wood. The pattern's nice and it's rustic, and hey, the floor looks good too.
Shout out Cheesy Squiddy for the floor. These are all upside down barrels.
So much storage.
Really nice for storage, yeah. But let's move on to some of the smaller details.
So much area for secret.
First off, you have, as you saw, your fish and they're on ice, and you have maybe the looms here and the copper pipes to indicate some sort of machine. You can come in here and you can pick your I guess you just can't. You can pick out your fish and then you can go buy it at the register, which is always the stone stair. Coming over here, you have, maybe some clothes that you would buy before you go out in the water to protect yourself from the UV. And then coming over here, you have some colorful bundles to add some color to the inside of this place. And then over here, maybe you have some lures or bait or something. I think that's a nice little touch. And then over here, you use some fishing rods, courtesy of also Cheesy Squid. Thank you for the recommendation. If you guys have any, better ideas for fishing rods, let us know, because they're so hard. Also, you'll be like, why is there paintings in this place? And it's supposed to represent, like every single bait and tackle shop you go to, you have the pictures of like the big guys on the wall holding up the fish, and they're like so psyched. That is what these are supposed to represent. Let's go upstairs before we go in there. And upstairs, you'll have the homie. And I love this place.
I made the puffer fish. If you look really hard, you can tell that it's here, really big, and it's also here, tiny. Based off of the Minecraft image of the puffer fish. Like, you can kind of see it. The birch is the underbelly, prismarine is the fins. Pretty uncanny resemblance. Moving on to the rest of the upstairs. We got like, kind of like a oyster bar. Like, you come upstairs and you can order the super fresh seafood, and it's kind of like, why do you have these windows over here? In my head, it was kind of like, maybe when you go to a brewery and you can see that they're making the beer, and it's like, oh wow, that's so cool, they're making the beer. So maybe it's like you can see them chopping up the fish because it's like super fresh,
Yes, I like this place. And also look at this, the windows lined up, and you can look outside the beautiful terraforming. But yes, I think that is pretty much it for this place. You got all your fish hanging up, of course, all your menu items. But that's about it for the upstairs. Nothing too special. I guess one last final detail is, you got your nets hanging up, and you got your crab cages and your buoys on this wall. Pretty cool stuff. But let's head in here. This place is pretty cool. There's a lot going on, You got your big crane going on with your big chunk of fish, and it's got the guts coming out of it. Kind of gruesome, but whatever. Over here, you have your ice chest. You come in here, you scoop your ice, put it in the crates with the fish, and then you ship it off. I think that was a kind of a cool little detail. Got some maybe little like electrical box thing here, and then this really cool garage door that we came up with last episode that I dig quite a bit. But yes, this place is cool, but we forgot to add one little thing out here. We expanded this crane to make it taller to compensate for what we're gonna add, but we have to add like a big fish hanging up because, I think that is a cool detail. So if we add these here, kind of acting like two fins. Let's see if I can just rip this off the dome. And then I think it's this, and then this, and then this. It's like
yeah. Then
come down
it
here,
needs the spiky.
and then that, and then is it like? Oh.
I don't think it's like that.
It's not that.
I think it's
boom, and then if we step back and you use your imagination, it's just it's missing something.
No, that's what the wall goes on that. No, other side by its eyeball.
Oh yeah.
Right? No, you still need that. Oh, I guess you don't.
I guess we just
Oh.
All right, but yes, if you stand back here and you use your imagination, look at it. It's a swordfish. I want to try to create something, that does not work because it connects. But I want to try to create something kind of unique. I've made the hanging cod a few times. I know people in our Discord server have done an absolutely much better job, but this is what Bean and I came up with, and I think it works quite well.
I like it. It's a good size, too, because swordfish are pretty big in real life.
Yeah, dude, it's totally to scale. This is nice. And then, they'll crank it over here, take it down, put it on, some sort of cart, bring it up into the place to be butchered, and then they'll ship it off. I quite like that detail.
Or they eat it upstairs.
Or they eat it upstairs, yes. These kind of small things, I think, will bring a lot of life to an area, and that is, what we're going after. Speaking of, life to an area, we really need to kind of get cracking on this little bit of terraforming that we have to do left. And I've realized that since starting this, there's absolutely no shot we're finishing all of this. So I'm gonna try to get it to like maybe around here, and then we'll get back to you. But yes, we have a lot of terraforming to do and a lot of waterfall building as well. We'll catch you guys when they're done. Oh wow, I absolutely love these shulker boxes. They're not very beautiful, but you know what is beautiful? This place. Oh my gosh, this has got to be one of my favorite places I've ever built in Minecraft. Take a second to just take it in. Okay, that's enough. But yes, I really, really dig this place. Where'd you go? The ambiance, and when you're walking through it, it just feels so ridiculously immersive. The terrain is phenomenal. The waterfall is the best thing ever. I love it so much. But yes, I guess we'll just start with the waterfall and like the surrounding area. So let's go down here. The waterfall area is, as I kind of touched on in the beginning of the video, is it's curving in. Maybe the waterfall is falling here and the water is slowly eroding and carving its way back. It's a very, very cool little feature, and I really dig the difference in colors there is between like the lightish, and then as it gets closer to like the middle, brown, and then as it goes out, lighter, and then the contrast with the stone is super duper nice. The waterfall itself is all bean. Elaborate.
Yes, I freehanded the whole waterfall in survival, and wow, it just looks so great. I love making things out of glass. It's so fun. Aiden had to help me with the candles, but it's okay. It's not very thick. It's pretty thin. It's kind of like it's unobstructed by anything. As if you come over here, you can see that the waterfall just kind of flows out of the source and doesn't hit anything on the way down. So that's why you don't see like the typical waterfall shape where it's like billowing out at the bottom, because those are usually against the rocks. Heavily inspired by the McWay waterfall in
Big Sur.
And I took that reference picture and I ran with it. When you look at ours, you can definitely see the inspiration, especially even with like the terrain and stuff too, and like the cliffs.
All right, yes, the waterfall is of course the main focal point, but the entire ambiance of this entire area is really, really nice. I like the way I did the texturing with like the brown mushroom to the jungle wood, and then we got some of the mushroom block down there as well. And then I took the bling out of the firefly bushes, and they work so well for this. And I don't know, I really, really dig this area. I put some of the campfires there as driftwood. It's wonderful.
My firefly bushes still have the bling, and they look fine, honestly.
I wish there was a way to like turn them off and on.
Yeah, someone in the Discord said that they wish they could shear the firefly bushes to get the bling, and that's like such a smart idea.
That is very smart idea.
Thank you, Discord.
Yes, thank you, Discord. Speaking of Discord, you should join. You should also like and subscribe if you made it this far into the video. We really, really appreciate it. Moving on up and out of the kind of gully basin kind of thing we got going on here. The terrain is super cool. It's super unique. I really dig it. Unfortunately, we did not get anywhere close to the amount I wanted to get done, but that's okay. You can't rush perfection. It's not really perfection, but you can't rush it, And we also built literally everything you see here except for the trees, completely by hand in survival, which is a really nice process. And
so it takes a long time.
So yeah, it does take a very long time. Yes, I guess touching on the terrain a little bit more, I tried to use many more patches of color. You know, you have your lights, your light browns, your reds, and then also you have your very, dark deep slate, and then your greens. And honestly, I really, really like the contrast in between all of them. And then, running with the fact that, there's no grass. I'm going to go not in 3 cam. Running with the fact that there is no grass. I think just the dirt works so well. The dirt covered with the leaves and the bushes and the ferns and the everything. It just is very, very lovely.
I love these little clusters of flowers. It's like so realistic and it looks so good.
We have this very large canyon live oak. I really wanted to kind of start introducing more and more trees into our world since, in our last video, we touched on monoculture. Go and give that a watch if you haven't already. And, this tree is quite lovely. I think I'm actually getting better at trees. Let me know what you guys think. But yes, I guess one last cool little thing is all of the forest lighting. Like, I really like how this forest is quite dense and the leaves are very packed in, if you know what I'm saying. But there's certain points where the light is shining through and it's illuminating these small little patches. Like right here, it's being illuminated. It's super pretty. Over there, it's being illuminated. It's subtle, but you can definitely tell that it's going on. And like over here is a pretty good example with the raw iron or the pinto beans.
It gives the eyes like even more to look at. Like there's a lot to look at already with like all the texturing and the plants, but like the patches of light just gives your eyes even more to look at and makes it more realistic.
Yeah, dude, that is a pretty good point. And also, I just started a little bit of work on the next area, but you'll have to wait for that next episode. So yes, like and subscribe. I think that is pretty much it for this episode. Fortunately, like I said, we did not get quite as much done as I wanted to, but I really just kind of, want to take my time with things, and I want to make it exactly how I want, and I don't want to like kind of pressure myself to get a video out. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Hey, look, you made it to the outro. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. Let's take a look at some builds made by our very talented Discord members. If you're interested in joining our Discord and having a chance to get your build featured at the end of the next video, the link is in the description. We're super active on the Discord and we want to get to know you. Our Discord is also a great place to get feedback on your builds, ask for ideas, and share reference pictures. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, link in the description.
To add on, if you liked what you saw, like and subscribe because it helps us out a lot. Finally, if you want to have this world for yourself, you can become a member. The link is also down in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Goodbye, Internet.